Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting Clash of Clans war video. I'm Carnage64 with the Lzuruha clan on Clash of Clans. We had a very fun, big 30v30 war recently that I wanted to make a video on really quick. Not a lot to go over in it. It's mostly comes down to the top 4, so that's what we'll be focusing on between the two teams, because the majority of the bottom of the maps were pretty much cleaned out. So as you can see, as far as how much damage they did, our top 4 held pretty well, with our 6 and 8 also holding pretty strong, whereas we only... Actually, our middle had a little bit of a problem. Some of our mid guys weren't able to quite clean it up, but because our top held and our top did so well in their attacks, we were able to win. So with that being said, I think today we'll change it up a little bit and we'll focus on the defenses first. We'll look at some of the defenses first. So I wanted to just see, okay, yeah, I was hit twice. So let's take a look at their number 2's hit on me, and we'll just focus on that one rather than do another. So I was hit once before, and this was another hit to try to get more than 1 star, and he's using a max Electro Dragon hit with a level 51 Archer Queen. Now if you didn't pay attention right there at the start, he dropped an Electro Dragon right on top of where I have a double black Seeking Mine trap, so I blew that Electro Dragon up right away. So he's coming in. He's, you know, what I've noticed with doing Electro Dragon hits myself is that if you clump them up too much, they aren't really that effective. So as you can see, this one here and one here are not really going to get anything done, while this pack of, I want to say it's 4 dragons, maybe 5 down there. I think it's 4 total. It's kind of hard. No, I actually think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. So yeah, definitely way too clumped up for that situation. That's the one thing about the Electro Dragons, is you don't want to over clump them, because then they lose their effectiveness, as they all, if they all target the same building, and it only typically takes 2 shots at most, sometimes only 1 shot from an Electro Dragon to finish. The other dragons that, you know, didn't get a chance to use their attack are now useless. So it's not just a drop them all and watch what happens kind of strategy. You have to space it out properly. So that kind of helped put us in a very good situation. And we'll take a look at their our number 3's defense on their number 2 as well. So let's take a look at that. This time did a Witch Bowler hit, and I believe might have hit Miss Fortier first. I can always double check, but it's not really that important. But you know, deciding to not do Electro Dragons on both hits, or Witch Bowler on both hits. So obviously with that change to freeze spells being only 1 supply, which I mentioned in a couple videos already, it does make them a lot more viable, especially on hitting Town Hall 11s or more, because you can constantly freeze the Eagle Artillery, which is very important, very, very, very useful to constantly freeze that Eagle Artillery until your units come in and finish it off. Now, I do love her setup here with the Tesla towers. They definitely do a good job of delaying. Now, what I do think comes back to make it so this isn't a 3-star by this guy is the Clan Castle units came out and caused a little bit of havoc, especially that baby dragon. That baby dragon just kind of took care of a couple witches and some a healer, and now is going to take care of all these bowlers. Like, look at that. If this person potentially attacked like at the top and you know, got the clan castle units taken care of first, maybe done better, or that might have played into her base's hand a bit more. So, you know, still a fairly good hit by them, but a very solid hold that kind of put us in a good spot, because this is a Town Hall 12 hitting, well, like a very high Town Hall 12 hitting a Town Hall 11, and that typically should be a 3-star if you're doing it right. I know Jared and Dizzy frequently hit Town Hall 11s and just 3-star them, because it's just that one, when you go from one Town Hall to the next, you're basically designed to eliminate the Town Hall below you in a fairly easy situation. So we'll take a look at both these hits. We'll start with Jared's because it was a 2-star, and then we'll end with Dizzy's defense being a 1-star. So let's kind of look. So you can see boosted all the units. Level 54 Queen, Max Warden. Actually, I think Warden got a boost too, if I recall. So maybe not Max Warden anymore, because it would be glowing if so. So I apologize. I think Max is now level 25. So Witch Bowler with some Valks thrown in and a Queen Walk. So interesting idea. Haven't really seen this too much, to be honest. Those Valkyries kind of seem like they're dead weight to me, as they're just coming in here and dying right there. And I'm not sure what he's waiting for to drop his siege machine. The wall breaker siege machine. There it is, but I think it's a little too late for the attack to be too effective. But as you can see, even with these max new blue walls, it's still 3-shotted by the siege machine. So these things are just ridiculous. They're a real game changer in the way the meta works. And this is where this kind of attack just starts to, you lose track of what's going on. He popped his Warden ability, and, you know, I'm sure it saved a good chunk of his army. But, you know, coming out of it, there's almost nothing left. So, you know, did get the 2-star, but it's not very high. So does that come back, you know, down the line to matter? You know, only time would tell on that during the course of the war. Now, the last defense we're going to look at is Dizzy's 1-star defense against their number 1. Again, the same person who we just saw hit Jarrett. So same combo, no change. I don't recall if he used 12 Valkyries before. It seemed like the Valkyries he did use died very... Oh, you know what? I believe he had witches in the last attack, replaced them with more Valkyries. So, odd choice. I'm wondering, probably hit Dizzy's base first, and then hit Jared's, because typically you hit, you know, if you're going to hit 1 and 2, you hit 2 first and then 1. But, you know, probably saw how ineffective all these Valkyries were and said, we got to put in some witches instead. So, still not choosing to freeze the Eagle Artillery, and again, very late with the siege machine. I just don't... I mean, I guess he's not trying to get more than a 2-star, which I guess is fine, but look what he did here. He dropped those guys, and they're not even following up the middle, so didn't even funnel properly. All he had to do was put like 1 bowler here to break the structure there, and they would have come up the middle. Now they're heading up the middle, but by this point, it's too little too late. Already taken care of, man. Archer Queen's ability's been forced out, so now it's just up to the Archer Queen to get, you know, stuff done. And how much is she gonna get done? I mean, she'll just shoot around a bit, but I believe she'll get taken down here eventually. Yeah, just, you know. And then had a jump potion that he didn't use, so I'm really not sure what that person was thinking, but that put us in a really good position for then our attacks to kind of make a statement. So we'll just go over a couple of them again from our top 4. We'll look at Miss Fortier's attack on their number 7 to start with. So again, it's a Town Hall 10. She's using Electro Dragons, and see, this is a better example of kind of how to use them. She's got one on the sides, creating the funnel that she wants, and there you go. Siege Machine off the bat. That thing is meant to tank. So, as you can see, a big difference from the person we saw hitting us, who let all of his, like, ground units die before even launching this thing. So, as you can see, that Siege Machine gets to about where she wants it to go. Then the Lava Hound comes loose. Those balloons there are going to get taken out. And then see, not too many dragons in one spot. You got 3 here, 3 there, 1 there still. Uses the Warden ability very effectively, and the balloon actually tanked 2 Black Seeker Mines during the Grand Warden ability. So having that level 20 Warden, you know, was really nice. And see, that balloon is still up, and there's nothing left that shoots up. So when you see a dragon hit like this, you judge its strength and its effectiveness of the user by how many dragons are left. And there's 5 dragons left, 2 balloons still, Archer Queen's up, even the Barb King's still hitting. So, you know, just very solid. I wanted to show that hit because it's way better than the dragon hit that their Town Hall 12 did, you know, on me. Just way too clumped up when he hit me and all that jazz. We'll take a look at my hit on... I typically don't like to go over my hits, but I think this one is worth going over. I'm still doing Witch Bowler as a comfort. When I see Inferno Towers at single target, it's perfect for Witch Bowler because the Skellies will help a lot. So we create the funnel on the sides here with 3 witches and a couple bowlers, 3 witches and a couple bowlers, and then Siege Machine and everything else down the middle. And we just rage. I'm going to poison this group of balloons, and we'll use our Warden ability right when they get in range here so that they're proven to be pretty ineffective. Then another rage here. With the giants that come out of the Siege Machine, they'll tank for me, and there's really no chance for this base to hold. This is how you're supposed to kind of take care of business when you're 1 Town Hall level above the rest, like Town Hall 10s. They should be able to do a strategy that takes out Town Hall 9s 100% of the time. There's a good dragon strategy to do it, and there's also a good, you know, which you can do witch bowlers as well. So, you know, nothing special. Just wanted to show the overwhelming power that you can have, as I know a few of our guys are transitioning to Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11, and I know they like to watch these videos kind of as a reference. So it's just very basic on what you got to do. The most important thing is to create the funnel properly, and then make sure you time your spells good and you time your Warden ability. So then we'll look at Jarrett's hit. So Jarrett was elected to hit 3 and 4 and let Dizzy hit 1 and 2. So we're going to take a look at the smashing that Jarrett does on their number 3. And as you can see, Jarrett still enjoys doing that nice queen walk with miners. So, you know, when you got a level 57 queen, why not use her to the fullest, right? So, the Warden's behind, given the HP buff, using the balloons here to take out a couple structures while also luring out the CC. Now, it's only a dragon in there, so it's probably a couple balloons left in there, because balloons unfortunately don't lure out other balloons. So, probably something you'll have to deal with down the line. But we'll see what happens. Didn't have to use the poison, which is key. So, still has that poison remaining for the remainder of the clan castle units, if there are even any. That we'll find out soon as yep, there they are. There's the balloons. Luckily, they're going after the Archer Queen. The Archer Queen's being targeted by the Inferno Tower. Oh, moved out of the way of that. So now he releases the miners that are going to just follow up this area up here. All the balloons are taken care of. Still didn't need to use the poison there. Decided to use it on the Archer Queen, which puts it to good use. And now it's just watching his miners kind of clean up. So he has still the healers are now healing this set of miners, so he doesn't need to use the healing potion on that set. He just uses it over here along with the rage on this set. As now the queen walking healers are now miner healing. They're healing all those miners out. Still hasn't even have to blown that archer queen ability yet. So pretty much all is said and done here in the attack. It's a very technical hit. It's definitely for more advanced players that know and understand the timings a little better, because, you know, I will say I have tried to do this hit a couple times and I have been awful at it. I typically have trouble handling the clan castle units, and then you know, I panic when my miners are all being blown up by balloons above me. So, all right. So the last attack that we're going to look at before we conclude this video, actually we're going to look at both. We'll look at Dizzy's hits on number 2 and number 1. I believe she hit number 2 first, was trying the Witch Bowler, but I think she came to regret doing the Witch Bowler, because she enjoys doing dragon hits, always has. Why we call her, the nickname is the Dragon Queen, or the Mother of Dragons, whatever you want to reference for Game of Thrones. They're all referenced. So you can see odd angle that the siege machine takes here as it breaks a wall, but then it hits another one. It will make it to where she wants it to go to drop the jump there if necessary, I think. Yeah. Okay, so now this person used an Electro Dragon as a CC unit. To be honest, never seen that. I believe she got that Warren ability off before the Electro Dragon actually hit, so I don't think it came into play. But all our units up here kind of got screwed by a bomb, and you can already kind of see that this clump there, that's a great heal that she did there. It was a great heal. So kept that clump alive and kicking. Now multi Inferno Towers are still effective against for repelling witch attacks, because they do melt those skellies that the witches are reliant on to tank all the hits. So just a little unlucky, I think, with the bomb placement. She wasn't happy with the hit afterwards. I still think it's solid, you know, especially considering how they did against us. But in retaliation, she decided that her next hit was going to be a dragon hit, and let's take a look at that to conclude the video. So, again, you see max level dragons, and here you go. Same angle as you saw Miss Fortier's attack. Same situation, you know. And I think all these, alright, that one's shooting up, that one's shooting up, okay, so attacking in the angle too, where both crossbows are down. So, very, very good idea. Now, see, not clumping up the dragons too much. Got one there, one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. So, never too many in one spot that their attacks become ineffective. That's the problem with the Electro Dragons and dragons in general. Although regular dragons attack much faster, so the recovery time is better. But the Electro Dragons especially need to be used in an effective way that their attacks aren't all wasted. You see at most 3 dragons in this one spot, so they one-shot in the same volley all these buildings. So their attacks are not ever wasted compared to if you have too much. Then ideally you have the situation where you have 2 and 2. So as you can see, just very solid, still with 3 dragons. Never mind. 2 dragons left over, but then the Archer Queen hanging on, and the Warden still acting as that kind of bard, sort of, if you're talking Final Fantasy, to be that little buff person to give him a little healing boost. So, with that being said, it was a very solid war. It was looking a little dicey for us when we saw how our mid did not being able to clean up. Let's see, which ones were they? I think they didn't clean up. Yeah, I was gonna say 9. I was gonna say 8 through 10, but it was 9 through 11. So, but they were very high, like 90%, 94, 80. So not terrible, but still, you don't want to leave those stars on the table. So as you can see, they only failed to 3-star, 6, and 8. So our top 4 had to defend better than their top 4 in order to win, and we did. So that resulted in the victory. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I try to cover a couple different types of attacks. The next video that I'm going to do was a very close war. It'll be coming out shortly after this one. I will go over a lot more attacks from different town halls, not just focusing on town hall 11 and 12. So I hope you guys had fun, and this has been Carnage64 for the round table with the Lzuruha clan. Again, follow us on social media. Twitter is Lzuruha, YouTube is Lzuruha, and then, you know, our Facebook is Lzuruha Media. You can always apply to join our clan, ask questions, leave YouTube comments. Would love to get some feedback on things that you would like me to cover in future videos. So, thank you very much for the support, and we'll see you guys next time.